91% of all content published gets zero traffic from GPT search, Perplexity, and Google AI overviews. And if you're using ChatGPT for your content and SEO without this upgrade, you're probably part of that 91%. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that by turning GPT into an expert SEO with real-time access to live SEO data. It's going to be able to tell you exactly what you need to do to rank #1. So in this video, I'm going to show you the differences between GPT giving you a bit of a website audit without this connection and then with this connection, so you can see the real-time differences and the amazing value that we get from it. Let's take this blog post for example. I thought it was going to do a little bit better, but it's not ranking as well as I want it to do. And let's say I can't figure out why. Well, let's use normal GPT first. I'm going to give it the URL and then ask it, why is this not ranking well, for example. Now, I could probably create a better prompt, but for now, let's just do that. It's searching the web, understanding the content. Let's go to now, whilst that's waiting, to our content helper GPT. We're just going to paste the URL in there and see how it does. You can see that it's going to ask us for confirming for it to allow connection to data for SEO, and we'll see how it does. It's talking to the connector, fantastic. Let's go back to our normal GPT to see the recommendations that it tells us. So, okay, keyword targeting. Are you targeting high competition or low intent keywords like Cloud SEO Assistant? They are too broad. It's still asking me questions. Does the post match what people actually want? If someone's searching for this, they might want a full walkthrough that delivers. It's giving me some recommendations of what it thinks might be right. Not technically incorrect, but also pretty broad, and I feel like it's being fairly safe. On-page technical setup. Is the post indexed? Yes, it is. I know it's indexed. Are you using a clear H1 structure? So it's really asking me all these questions. I could go back and forth and kind of rectify all these things, but let's see how our GPT helper did. Perfect. So it's giving us a whole diagnostic with a bit of a scoring matrix, then major findings. So it knows that it's got no FAQ section, no schema. I could definitely add that in there because it can read the code for it thanks to the connection with data for SEO. Quick wins, it's telling me exactly how I should rewrite this and where I should internally link to. It's even given me a bit of a 30-day roadmap. Titles that I should use, the meta description. So it's giving me the actual content to place in the blog post so it improves. Giving me the H2s that I should probably use, even the schema that I can add to that blog post to improve it. So I've got actionable insights. I know what's going on here. It's going to help me quite a bit. So I'm going to show you how to build this because I think it's an incredible tool and it's like having an SEO expert in my back pocket. You're going to need a couple of things to get this set up. We need, obviously, an account with data for SEO. I'll leave a link for you below to make an account. You're going to get a couple of dollars free credit when you first sign up, which goes a surprisingly long way. And we're going to need this GitHub repository, which allows us to get the action codes for the GPT. So what you want to do is go to your GPTs. You need some kind of paid plan for GPT to create a custom GPT. We're going to create and we're going to name it, for example, example rank helper. If I could spell it would be fantastic. I can fill out all the rest later on. What I need to do is make sure I've got the code interpreter and data analysis selected because it's going to go through a lot of data. The most important thing is create a new action at the bottom. So the schema here is where we need to go to the GitHub link here that I provided. And the one that we're using is Data for SEO Content Analysis API because we're analyzing the on-site content. There's a lot of other calls there. I can go through those in other videos or you can explore them yourself, but I'm going to copy the raw code here. I'm going to go to my custom GPT build. I'm going to paste that in there. Give it a second to load, and then you will see that all of a sudden we get all these actions at the bottom. We know that it's working now. We just need to add our API credentials, but we can't just add them in there. We need to do it by the authentication method with an API key, and we need to encrypt our login details or our API documentation. So it's a hidden API key. What you need to do is grab in your login details. So your email and your password. You want to go to base encoder, use any base encoder 64 tool. Essentially, we're encrypting our login details. So now you need to be very specific about this. You want your email, colon, and the API code, right? So for me, for example, so this is an example API code. Don't try to use that. It doesn't exist, but this is what it kind of should look like. Your email, colon, and then your API code from Data for SEO. Once you click on encode base, it's going to give you this encoded encryption code. That is what we need to copy and we need to place in here. We need to paste it in there. The rest is all basic and we're going to save. Again, we need a second for it to kind of load and do its thing. Now we need to test one of the calls. So we're going to do test. It's going to test the call to Data for SEO API. It's talking to the connector. That's usually a good sign. Perfect. I'm going to confirm. And it's now talking to the connector. It should bring you some data back to ensure if it's working or not. Perfect. Now it's grabbed some just random keywords here that it's doing some live research here, understanding the overall sentiment, the capabilities, the score of how difficult that is to rank for, and a bunch of other things which we can get from the Content Analysis API, which is fantastic to do on-site SEO. You can now create that GPT. I'm going to go only me, so I don't need to add any kind of terms and conditions. Now let's try this out. This doesn't have any kind of prompt in the other GPT that I shared. It's got a really extensive prompt behind it to telling it what it has access to, so on and so forth. But let's just do something quickly, like telling it to analyze this page. Tell me what I could improve from an SEO perspective. Nice and simple and nothing too complicated. I just have to tell it to call the Data for SEO API. That's the difference, is when you create a really hyper-optimized prompt for this, it kind of knows that already because it's instructed to do so. Perfect. So now it's talked to the Data for SEO API. It's got a lot of data behind it and it's giving me improve my discoverability. Title and meta description, make slight changes. It's not bad. Content expansion, use case studies, promote forums and all that. The thing is that now you can go back and forth with this GPT and have a much more productive conversation about why your content isn't ranking, because it's backed by real SEO data. A lot of people ask, how accurate is the data? I often answer that question, well, how accurate is any SEO data, Ahrefs, SEMrush, whatever you choose? It's not really, you shouldn't take it as an absolute truth, nor Data for SEO's data, but it is getting you a lot closer to the real reason why your content might not be ranking. And now that you've got a GPT expert in your back pocket, what you need to learn is how to connect all the other API connections to ChatGPT or a custom GPT. This allows you to access things like keyword research, competitor analysis, and a lot more things. And for most people, you can kind of get rid of Ahrefs and SEMrush and other traditional SEO tools and just use these custom GPTs with real-time SEO access. Do you want to watch this video to watch a step-by-step guide on how to do that?